Welcome to today's video, and in today's video I am doing a cheap Amazon snorkel kit install, and the reason I'm choosing to do this is because, as you can see in this image, this is my airbox, and I'll put some clips up, but if you haven't noticed, I have gone through some puddles and water has splashed and I come out with the engine sputtering like it just intook a little bit of water. Now this is the snorkel I decided to buy, and while some of you may be asking why did I get the cheapest one off Amazon, well, it's because I don't really need this snorkel to be waterproof. There's a lot more stuff that goes into waterproofing it. What I needed was something to make my air intake splash proof, to stop water from splashing up into it and getting into my engine, which the snorkel achieves. And while some of you may be asking, does the cheap snorkel work? Well, stick around to find out. Alright, so the install was not the most straightforward thing, I will admit. The Amazon kit did not come with any instructions. It came with a template, but no instructions about how to do it. But in this picture I have the template mounted up, and that was the very first thing I did, was get the template in place so I know where I'm drilling holes and cutting. And then after that I went and I cut up the airbox a little bit and bolted on the flange that's going to go through the bottom of the body, because the routing for this is routed in a way so that you do not have to relocate your PCM for the install. Once I did that, I started drilling the holes for the routing of the tube, which goes into the empty space between the fender and the engine bay, and it goes to the front, and then it follows the top of your fender and then goes down, does a U-turn, back up into the airbox. And I drilled the hole in the fender and the 4 bolt holes holding the snorkel to the car, and then I drilled inside underneath the airbox a hole in the bottom there for the tube to come through into the airbox. After that I masked off the surrounding fender and I spray painted over the holes I cut to cover up any of the exposed metal to prevent any rust. After that, I just had to install the snorkel, which was pretty simple. It's just held in by the 4 bolts through the fenders, and then there's a bracket that is riveted with 4 rivets to the A pillar, and then has 3 bolts to the snorkel to hold it steady to the A pillar, and then just run the tube the way it goes, and then I have a snorkel. Now then, initially I think that this snorkel looks great, it looks the part, but does it actually do what I bought it for? Well, watch these clips to find out. Now then, just by looking at these 3 clips, I can tell you guys that I think that the little drowning problem I had is completely solved. I did these 3, didn't notice any amount of sputtering when I came out of the water, didn't appear I had intook any water, and I've done a few other water splashes as you've seen in my recent videos, but I'd just like to point out the one thing that sells the snorkel is working for me is in the water crossing right here, the hood dipped under the water for a couple seconds, not an extreme amount of time, but it's enough to show that it's getting air even when the hood and grill is not entirely exposed to the air. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like the video and subscribe, and if you guys are interested in doing this snorkel install on your own XJ, down below I will have an Amazon link to where I bought it from. Yes, it is an affiliate link, and I will make a bit of money if you guys decide to buy it through my link, but Amazon has not paid me to promote this product. I am promoting this based off of what I've seen while using the product, and it'd help out a ton if you guys decide to use that link. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.